Okay, here is your 2011-2012 midterm exam review. We're going to choose the best answer for each of the following multiple choice questions. The test is actually multiple choice. And we're going to mark the correct answer on your answer sheet when you have one. In the meantime, we're just going to go through the review. Number 1 says fill in the blanks. Point D is contained in the following. Okay, the first one is plane. We need to find the plane. The letter to mark the plane is always in the corner down there, so this is plane Z. Line. You want to know what line it's contained in. Okay, it's point D right here. It can be any of these 2 points that are on this line. Let's just call it PD. Line PD. And then the last one is a symbol for ray. Ray is just 2 points, and it has to go from the end point to the arrow side, so we're going to say ED right here. And that's number 1. And that's number 1. All right, number 2. It says A is the midpoint of CT, CA is 3x, AT is x plus 10, determine the value of x. So if A is the midpoint, right here, we know that this is congruent to this. CA is 3x, AT is x plus 10, determine the value of x. Well, we know that they're equal to each other, so we just set them equal to each other. 3x equals x plus 10, x from both sides, 2x equals 10, by 2x equals 5. So we combined. Number 3, if line DO bisects WX at point T, what do you know about point T? Well, we said DO bisects it, so this is congruent to this. It says, what do we know about point T? Point T is right here. One thing that we could say about that is that point T is the midpoint of line WX. That's all we need to say. Number 4, under the following conditions, if any, state which lines are parallel. Okay? A says 2 is congruent to 4. Well, if 2 is congruent to 4, we should see that we have a Z form there. So those are alternate interior angles. A would be parallel to D. Or B, I'm sorry. So for A, your answer is A is parallel to B. For letter B, it says 3 is congruent to 4. If we know that 3 is congruent to 4, does that prove any of those lines parallel? It really doesn't, because these are consecutive interior angles. They have to add up to 180, so this one is going to be none. C says 2 is supplementary to 8. 2 is supplementary to 8. They're not the same size, but they add up to 180. Well, these are corresponding angles. They have to be congruent for the lines to be parallel, so that one is also going to be none. And then the letter D, 5 is supplementary to 6. So 5 is supplementary to 6. That means these two equal 180. That is true because those are consecutive interior angles, and C would be parallel to D. And that's number 4. All right, for number 5. Thank you. For number 5, it says use diagram. Right, questions 5 and 6. In the diagram, BE is perpendicular to AC. BE is perpendicular to AC. That means this is a right angle here. If that's a right angle, we know that this is also a right angle. So we've got 2 right angles there. AB and C are collinear. They form a straight line, and then FB and D are also collinear. We want to state a right angle. Well, the right angle could be ABE, it could also be CBE. So ABE, put them both down here, CBE. Next, we want to state a pair of supplementary angles. Supplementary means they add up to 180. But it's got to be two angles, not three. So we've got a straight line here. That's going to be 180. So it's going to be angle ABD and angle ABC. Angle ABD and angle BBC. That's a pair. There's another pair.
ABC.
What's that? ABD and DBC. Okay. Determine the measure of angle ABE. ABE. We're looking for this measurement right here. Okay. So first things first, we're going to have to solve for x. So 4x minus 10, since these vertical angles are equal, so 4x minus 10 equals 2x plus 4. Solve for x. 2x minus 10 equals 4. Okay, and 10 both sides. 2x equals 14, therefore x equals 7. That's not what we were asked, so we're going to have to plug that in. Now we're looking for this measurement right here, but that one's not going to plug in up here. But if we plug it in down here, 2 times 7 plus 4 is 18. We know these two angles are going to add up to 180, so we do 180 minus 18, 162. So our answer is 162. That is number 7. Number 8, it says if two sides of a triangle are 2 and 7, state a possible length for the third side. All right, we know that two of them are 2 and 7. What we need to do is we need to find the range for this third side. So to find the lower end of the range, we subtract. 7 minus 2 is 5. That's going to be less than x, which is going to be less than 7 plus 2, which is 9. So 6, 7, or 8 would all work for the third side. So 6, 7, or 8. Any of those would work, because x has to fall between the 5 and the 9. Number 9, it says if a triangle has angles of 38 and 52 degrees, then what type of triangle must be formed? Well, if we add 38, that's fine. We'll be selling this one anywhere. All right, so two of the angles of 38 and 52. So let's add those together, see what we get. 38 plus 52 is 90. So if one of the angles is 90 degrees, it must be a right triangle. And let's see, number 10. If the measure of angle 3 is 2x plus 10, and the measure of angle 11 is 6 times x minus 14, which of the following represents the value of x? Right, there you go. All right, 3 is 2x plus 10. 3 is 2x plus 10. 11 is 6 times x minus 14. 6 x minus 14. Well, those two angles right there are corresponding, so they have to be equal to each other. So we set them equal. 2x plus 10 equals 6 times x minus 14. Okay. Now we're just going to have to distribute here, so I'm just going to bring 2x plus 10 down equals 6 times x minus 6 times 14, which is 84. Subtract the small x. 10 equals 4x minus 84. This, add 84 to both sides. So bring it over here, we're going to have 4x equals 94. Divide by 4. That'll be 6 is 24. So that's going to be x equals 23.5.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is that what we had to find? Yep. That's it for 1 through 10.